The next 20 words you'll see are the most common passions people have. Can you count how many apply to you? So how many did you count? 2, 5, maybe all 20. So if you're a multi-passionate person, we're going to discuss the struggles and of course provide you solutions on how to tackle them.
But why does society tell us that you only have to pick one? And is it even possible to thrive as a multi-passionate, multi-talented person? We've gathered some data. We're going to look at some research to tell you that it's okay. And we're going to even share our own experiences.
Either way, we're here to tell you that it's okay to love and pursue more than one thing.
Kaya ngayon, let's break down the myth of one true calling. Kaya tara na!
Let's say this is you, a sticky note. Like other sticky notes, you are expected to be great at creating reminders. Walk the dog, grocery list, or that anniversary day you simply cannot miss. But what if you are also passionate about other things? What if you also want to be a plane, a bird, or even a butterfly? Is it okay to dream of more? To chase what life has yet in store? How hard could it be to make it fit? Let's dive in and talk about it.
So the idea of a one true calling has its roots in several cultural, historical, and societal influences. So it all started with the Industrial Revolution noong 18th to 19th century. People were encouraged to work in factories kasi. So assembly line, so dapat yung expertise mo sa isang bagay lang. And also, nalaman ko na dito pala nang galing yung 8-hour work day. Yeah, 8-hour work day. So 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, and then 8 hours of recreation. So, tigi-8 siya. Wala nang time yung tao maghanap ng ibang passion. So, it's either work or sleep or recreation na lang.
Jumping into the modern 20th century, may mga aspects din sa career counseling and modern education that affected that or supported that notion na you only have to do one thing. So if you notice, dito lumalabas yung mga aptitude tests. Titingnan kung alin yung optimal career path for you. Diba? Parang sinasabi, hindi, ito yung kailangan mo sundin. Workers or even students are, umpisa pa lang, they were steered na dapat you should find your one true calling if you want to be productive and successful.
Kung isipin mo kagaya ngayon, 21st century na, pero existing pa rin yung one true calling idea. Minsan may kita mo sa mga motivational speaker, even mga books na bagong labas, sa mga media, social media content na parang sinasabi nila, just focused on one thing and then you can achieve something.
If you look at even sa mga books now, the idea of finding your one true calling is super, ang ganda kasing story din, to be honest. No? So, one example nito, if you remember yung The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, yung lead character, Santiago, embarks in a journey of finding, yung term niya doon is a personal legend. Yun yung term for finding the purpose of your life. And aside from that, sa non-fiction din naman, Malcolm Gladwell. If you remember yung 10,000 hours, ano ba yung pinopromote niya? It promotes mastery na you have to do something 10,000 hours bago ka maging magaling. So again, not necessarily saying na you don't have to pursue multiple passions, but at the same time, it's saying na unless you do something continuously focused, hindi ka gagaling doon. So that's what we're trying to discuss today.
Alam mo, tama kayo, pero hindi lang siya books. There's also TV shows like Selling New York, di ba? Or like American Idol. They have to focus on one thing. They have to win at this contest. They have to be the best at one thing, di ba?
Same goes with MasterChef. Every week may challenges pero same thing lang yung ginagawa mo. You have to do the same thing week after week until such time na mag-succeed ka dun sa ginagawa na yun.
So what if there's a different approach to this, no? Let's take a look at our data. Kung ano bang sinasabi ng pagiging multi-passionate and how it can help sa career and sa workplace. So according to Diverse Jobs Matter, organizations that prioritize adaptability can navigate yung mga complexities, seize opportunities, and cultivate environments where innovation thrives. So itong adaptability na to, nag-evolve na siya into a fundamental driver of innovation and creativity.
A study from McKinsey found that 77% of senior company leaders recognize creativity as a vital driver of business growth.
Lastly, according to ResearchGate, creativity and innovation are vital to organizational performance, highlighting the importance of fostering these qualities within teams.
Guys, before we continue, may gusto lang ako i-share. meron akong sinulat dito sa board, 3 words. So, flexible, 7.5, and no exams. Do you guys know what this means? This is for our sponsor for today, MMDC or Mapua Malayan Digital College. So alam niyo guys, super flexible ng schedule nila. So merong morning, merong afternoon sessions. 7.5 hours a week lang yung classes mo. So sobrang flexible, sobrang fit para sa'yo. Lastly, no exams. That's right guys. Sa MMDC, walang exams, walang quizzes. So they solely focus on projects, problems, and cases para ma-prepare kayo for the real world. So if you're a working professional or if you're interested in getting a degree in tech, MMDC might be for you. So check them out at their website, mmdc.mcl.edu.ph, and check out their socials at Mapua Malayan Digital. And thank you MMDC for sponsoring this video. So now that we've laid out the research and the studies, proven na nakakatulong talaga yung pagiging multi-talented, multi-passionate na isang tao to different organizations.
Yeah.
So right now, meron tayong 2 columns, so struggles and solutions. And I'm gonna present each one. Tapos meron din tayong mga set of solutions dito na pwede nating idikit sa board that is related to the presented struggles on the left-hand side. So before we start, itong mga struggles that I'm going to present, ito yung mga possible na ma-face ng mga people who want to be multi-passionate and multi-talented. Okay, so number one struggle, too busy. So kung gusto mo maging multi-passionate person, meron akong full-time job eh. So may time pa ba ako na gawin to?
Gusto ko pang i-pursue to. Kaso paano yan? Masyado na akong busy current.
Oh, or pwedeng may family ako eh.
Right.
Diba?
Right.
Given that, ano sa tingin nyo yung solution to this problem? JD, go ahead.
Ako, I'm a strong believer of this. Phases and seasons. Dahil ang dami nga nating current priority. May mga ginagawa na tayo eh. So parang tingin ko, mag-set ka ng phase, mag-set ka ng season. Na okay, for this first quarter, itatakal ko yung kagustuhan kong magluto or tatakal ko yung gardening, etc. Set mo lang ganun and then mag-set ka ng timeline. I think that's a good solution for that.
How about you, Harry?
Ito sa akin siguro. Yan.
Balance is up to you.
Yeah. Yung konteksto ng pagka-busy, at least para sa akin, is ginagawa mo yung gusto mong gawin. Diba? Or may mga bagay ka na kailangan gawin kahit hindi mo gusto.
Nasa yung balance.
Nasa sa'yo yung pagbalance.
Nice.
Ako naman, eto. Prioritize. So bakit prioritize? A lot of people have their full-time jobs na, di ba? Pero marami rin sa mga tao, hindi nila passion yun. Di ba? So, pwede kang makahanap ng isang bagay na gustong-gusto mo talaga. Pwedeng yun yung mas i-prioritize mo.
Right.
It doesn't mean naman na hindi mo na pagtutuunan ng pansin yung trabaho mo, di ba? It's just that you're going to spend more time in this another thing that you absolutely love.
Halimbawa, I'm spending X amount of time social media. Pinood lang ako ng Netflix, etc. Instead of that, prioritize.
Correct.
Kuha ka ng time doon sa hindi naman priority, lagay mo sa mas priority.
Absolutely. Alright, number 2. Too costly.
Yan na, practical, oo.
Okay, so ito, totoo to, no? Marami na tayong nag-guest dito sa channel na to.
Scuba diving.
Diving, toy customization. It can be too costly talaga. So anong pwedeng solution natin dito? Go ahead, Ari.
Ako, para sa akin ito. Start small kasi, yun nga, for example, sa akin, passionate ako sa sports. Nung nag-start ako na mag-dragon boat, wala akong sariling paddle eh. Pero may pinapahiram yung team. So, hiniram ko muna. No? Hanggang napansin ko na, nagugustuhan ko talaga siya. 3 months. Hanggang pagpalo ng 6 months, doon ko na-realize na, pumunta ako ng 6 months. So, baka pwede na akong mag-invest. Parang reward ko sarili ko na, tumagal ako ng 6 months. Yung binili ko pa that time is yung pinakamura. Yung pinakamura na kahoy. Parang wala pa siyang brand din that time. So, 800 pesos. So, sobrang okay sa akin. Hanggang nung tumagal na, ngayon, more than a decade, nung nag-dragon ko. Kaya ang mga gamit ko na talaga na equipment, just kahit pa paano nag-invest na ako.
Pro na rin.
Tsaka nananalo na kayo sa mga international competition.
How about you, JD?
Ako, ito, creativity and ingenuity. So one of my passion is visual storytelling. No? Anything related sa visual storytelling. And ito nga, parang ginagawa na sa todo. And doon nag-start tayo, parang, okay, wala tayong studio, wala tayong camera, anong kailangan natin gawin? StreamYard. With online talks lang muna until masimulan lang talaga natin. It's really trying to be creative on finding ways instead of parang, hindi ka magagawa yan. Like, ano ba yung mga pwedeng bagay na gawin muna instead of the actual thing first.
Exactly.
How about you, Pats? Meron pa ba? What do you think?
Ako, start small din. Passionate ako with tennis. Sobrang nag-start din ako sa murang racket. Kasi sobrang mahal na racket. Oh my gosh, hindi ko akalain na it would take more than 10,000 pesos para makabili ng magandang racket. So, I started out small and then after a few months, nabilhan ako ng racket ng Pasko. So, very important talaga to start small. Learn your skills first.
Appreciate mo muna yun.
Yung-
Bagay na pinasok mo. Diba?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh. Third set, una muna is lack of mastery and feeling left behind. So ako, talking about tennis kanina, lack of mastery, I will go to setting milestones and small wins. So for me, it's very, very important to set your small wins. Lalo na tennis is something that takes years to learn. So lagi sinasabi ng mga coaches ko na forehand lang or yung backhand lang, it takes at least a year
Yun muna.
bago mo ma-master yun. Okay lang na i-master mo muna yung one technique lang and then progress and progress as you go forward with your passion. So, yun yung sa akin. Next is lack of identity and too many options. What a real struggle. Ang dami kasing trends ngayon. May nag-boom yung running, nag-boom yung tennis, pickleball, or diba, racket sports. Out of all the options out there, out of all the trends, paano mo hahanapin yung identity mo? Sino ka ba doon? Ano ba talaga yung gusto mo, diba? So finding your passion out of all the trends out there, no? So, what do you think, guys? Paano natin ito masolve?
Ako, tingin ko papasok dito, yung be pragmatic. I think it related din dun sa too costly eh. Like, okay, ang dami kong options, ang dami kong gustong hilig, ang dami kong gustong isubukan. Pero be pragmatic. Ano ba yung pasok sa budget mo? Ano ba yung kaya mong gawin now? And start with that.
Ako ito, reframer mindset. Actually, applicable din siya dun sa lack of mastery, feeling left behind. Kasi, for example, I'll be specific dun sa sports na napasok ko, sa Dragon Boat. Ang hirap kasi dahil pagkabago ka dun sa sports, pupunta ka sa bangka, ang daming mga mas luma sa'yo na magko-correct, di ba, na mag-a-advise, na although kahit may coach ka, marami pa rin magko-correct sa'yo, mag-a-advise. Kung egoistic ka, tatamaan ka. By reframing your mindset, no, ibaba mo lang yung ego mo eh. Diba? So, be coachable. Then, dito naman sa part na to, pero hindi ibig sabihin kaya mo, kailangan mong gawin. No? So, just reframe your mindset. It doesn't mean na kaya mo, pasukin mo kagad, di ba?
So that would limit your options no? By reframing your mindset.
Napa-funnel mismo.
Okay.
Kung anong gusto mo.
Okay.
Got it. Number 4, that is fear of judgment. So under fear of judgment, natatakot ka maging indecisive, malabel as may commitment issues, scattered, and also maging jack of all trades. Pwede siya mag-branch out no, to a lot of things. No? So how do we solve this struggle?
Alright. Ako, I think I would approach this with this at first. So with a level-headedness and acceptance muna sa start na, hey, I'm really multi-passionate. Gusto ko talagang gawin to aside from doing this eh. So wag ka talagang papigil. And I want to tell you guys na it's okay to be you. Ganyan ka talaga eh. Not everyone's like a master or gusto lang na isang mastery. Minsan gusto talaga nating marami tayong gagawin. Ikaw pa, sino sa tingin mo?
Ako, join a community as an extrovert. As an extrovert, nakasali ako sa tennis community. Yung coach ko, he's very inclusive no, pagdating sa mga students. And a lot of his students actually are beginners. So, dun pa lang nawawala na yung fear of judgment mo. Yung takot ko na maging hindi magaling kasi ang dami kong kasabayan sa kanila.
And I think kasi when you join a community, you'll meet other people na doing the same thing while doing other things as well. Like, I guess for the sports, no, para sa inyo, na parang it's not, kung hindi naman talaga nila yung...
Minsan naging beginner din.
Oo, at the same time, parang alam mo na, okay, they're doing this on the side or they're doing this din while doing other things or living other lives. No?
Sa akin ito siguro. Okay. Siguro embrace variety. Better to embrace it than fear the judgment. Yun. para sa akin. Kasi after all, talaga namang may varieties, di ba? At the end of the day, para sa akin, pag in-embrace mo yun, mas matatanggap mo na hindi ka magaling dito pero may mapaggagamitan ka sa ibang pagkakataon or ibang part ng buhay mo.
So ngayon naman, personal experiences naman tayo on paano makakatulong yung passions natin or yung pagiging multi-passionate natin sa career and sa workplace.
Got it.
Sige, first off, Harry.
Yeah, siguro sa akin in general, I love to teach and I love to learn. Kahit pa paano na nakukuha ko siya or na-execute ko siya sa Dragon Boat, sa paddle, no? Kasi kahit pa paano ma-share mo sa mga tao yung na-experience mo, na natutunan mo sa sports. At the same time, matututo ka pa rin sa mga veterans at sa mga coaches. So, yeah.
Naka-affect pa, Harry, yung disiplina na ini-instill ng pagiging miyembro ng isang team talaga, ng isang legit professional team sa career mo?
Before, nung college ako, sanay ako sa individual contributor. Yes, gusto ko may ka-team ako, pero okay lang ako kahit mag-isa ako. Pero dito, mas natanggap ko na may mga part talaga na beyond of your scope na dependencies with your teammates, no? And you have to accept na may mga, lahat kayo may kanya-kanya kayong weaknesses and strengths. Like right now, as a project manager, pag nag-work ako, may mga iba't ibang klase kang team members na makasalamuha. I mean, iba't ibang tao na part ng team mo na kailangan mo balansehin para ma-achieve niyo yung project.
Literal na balance kayo sa Dragon Boat kasi.
So, yeah.
Ako, passion is the design and storytelling. Oo, nagkataon lang na I'm doing this, or ito yung medium natin. It really helped me sa career. Provided me with another lens na okay lang palang matagal gawin yung details. Dati akala ko I'm focused na on the details. Because of this, because ako yung nag-i-edit, mas naging focus ako sa minute details now. Aside from that, of course, the storytelling. Before, akala ko pagka kunyari nagpe-present sa mga client, hindi, basta present mo lang yung facts. Ito yung mga kailangan mo sabihin. Ngayon, meron na akong concept of, teka, ano yung cadence natin? Parang kailan ba nagsisimula? Kailan yung climax? Kailan yung kailangan mo lagyan ng emphasis? Tapos kailan ka pwedeng may break para din makahinga sila sa comprehension. So, sobrang laking perspective yun na itulong sa akin. So, ikaw, Pats, what about you?
Alam niyo naman, dami kong ginagawa. So I have a full-time job, nagtuturo ako.
Pala.
Ginagawa ko itong channel natin. And then on top of that, I go to the gym, I run, and then I play tennis. So ang dami kong ginagawa. Pero at the same time, ang dami ring overlaps nung mga skills na natututunan ko. So first off siguro sa sports, when I'm running, when I'm lifting, or when I'm playing tennis, or when doing sports in general, you always want to be better, di ba? You always want to get better. So yung mindset na yun, nadadala ko siya sa trabaho na kailangan lagi kong ginagalingan. Kailangan laging 100% yung output ko, yung presentation ko. And then next up, speaking of presentation, is yung storytelling also. Kasi nakakatulong siya when presenting sa mga clients or sa mga bosses, and also sa teaching, di ba? Sobrang na take advantage ko yung storytelling natin dito sa channel na to when it comes to my lessons, no? So it's my responsibility also to make a compelling story para ma-hook sila dun sa lesson ko. So yun, ang daming overlaps. So that's our episode for today, no? If you're pursuing to be a multi-passionate person, go lang. Walang masama. No, actually, in-encourage namin na maging multi-passionate ka.
You'll be surprised how much it would open up your world, and then ma-realize mo, shucks, babalik din kasi siya kasi nare-relate ko din yung mga passions ko sa isa't isa. Wanted to leave you with this message. It's okay to be you. Kung tingin mo, ang dami kong idea, ang dami kong gustong gawin, go lang. YOLO. Yeah.
Tama yun. Kung marami kang idea, marami kang gustong gawin mo. Pero pinaka-warning ko na lang na mabibigay, minsan ang passion is nagbabalat kayo bilang distraction.
Ganda na.
So, kailangan mo lang din i-identify kung talagang passion mo siya or nadi-distract ka lang din sa bagay.
And as always, we're rooting for you.
Galingan mo.